This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
When I got this, it was like the floor just fell out from under me.
New at 11, a Columbus family baffled dealing with a surprise drastic spike in their water bill. They turned to RTV6 for answers and to share their story, hoping the same thing doesn't happen to anyone else. Hello to you, I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starantino. Tonight, that family is struggling with this surprise expense just weeks before Christmas.
RTV6's Cornelius Hawker shows you how the utility company explaining a bill that went from $50 to $500 and how the family is working to pay it off.
And it just kind of baffles me.
That's Melissa Grimes and Scott McKenzie's reaction to their latest water bill from Columbus City Utilities. Melissa goes in person every month to pay, and this month?
She asked me, do you want to pay it all? And I was like, well, how much is it? And she said 500 and change. And I was like, whoa, no, that can't be right.
A look at their water consumption history shows a few months when the family of 6 uses more water than average, but nothing like the 69,000 gallons on their latest bill. Melissa and Scott got a plumber to check out their house for leaks. He found nothing.
So we had another plumber come over because, something had to have been wrong. Second plumber comes, thoroughly checks everything, checks all the toilets, everything outside, checks the meter himself. Everything's fine.
I talked to Scott Domke over the phone and through email. He's the director at the Columbus City Utilities, and he says they did 2 service calls out to Melissa and Scott's on the 2nd and the 6th, and now the water usage is back to normal.
How is it going down? How did it go up? I don't... So now it's normal, when before it was crazy, but I've done nothing different.
Scott with Columbus City Utilities says the 69,000 gallons of water they're being billed for came from high consumption in October, about 1.6 gallons per minute in 30 days. The Columbus couple says they're skeptical of the explanation because they say they quickly fixed the leak in their bathroom a few months ago. Now, they're locked into a will pay agreement to cover the high bill.
I had to do something in order to keep my water on.
When it's over, they will have paid $606.34. That's $103.38 more than the actual bill.
It's not really helpful at this point, especially spreading it out over a year.
Now I'm paying that, my regular bill, and late fees.
Working for you in Columbus, Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
And Columbus City Utilities says they made a robocall to the couple on October 31st to warn them of the high water usage. Melissa says she did not answer because she was at work. This is a reminder for everyone to make sure your contact information is up to date in case your usage surges and your utility company reaches out to see what's changed. And if you have a problem and need help getting answers, contact us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
More than a dozen of you reached out to RTV6 when Crystal Bray asked for your help. She was looking to reunite a box of priceless family heirlooms with a couple who had to leave them behind. This afternoon, RTV6's Cameron Riddle got a call from a man who is thankful Crystal never gave up her search.
Hi, Cameron. My name is James Townsend. You did an article on me and my wife from Kokomo, Indiana.
After a 3-year-long search, the mission to find the couple who left behind priceless possessions after a Kokomo tornado has been accomplished.
Hi, Mr. Townsend.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's really you.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. I get a text from a friend, and I'm thinking, no, this has got to be a joke.
Tuesday night, RTV6 introduced you to Crystal Bray, the Indianapolis woman who collected the lost memories of James and Nina Townsend, including a Bible, family photos, a folded American flag, United States veteran pocket watch, military ribbons and lapel pins, and U.S. Army certificates bearing the name of the Townsends. All items left behind and collected by Bray after a round of devastating tornadoes destroyed homes and the Townsends' apartment complex.
It took us about a year to really get back on our feet because we lost basically, for a fact, we lost basically everything.
Yeah.
And I was just talking the other day, there's stuff that I can't replace.
For the past 3 years, Bray has been trying to find the Townsends, a couple she didn't know, yet helped during the storm's aftermath. Now less than 24 hours after appearing on RTV6, James Townsend has been located.
And then all of a sudden I'm getting this text and this messenger text from Cameron going, is this you? What my wife on the TV.
Pictures of Townsend's wife, Nina, were among the clues used to locate Townsend. The pictures he never thought he'd see again brought back happy memories of the love of his life, who died in 2017.
Oh my God, Crystal. I don't know what to say to you.
You don't have to say anything.
I've been crying all afternoon. Now I get to have more stuff from my wife's.
Townsend, a long-serving veteran and former FedEx driver, now lives 500 miles away in Silva, North Carolina. The phone call he got today was a gift he never thought he'd receive.
You never gave up for 3 years. Most people have said, look, 6 months, hey, I'm done. I'm not going to look no more. But this is amazing. I'm still overwhelmed, flabbergasted. I don't know what to say. Golly, this is awesome.
I can't even describe it. It's the perfect Christmas gift.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
What a great story there. Love hearing that. Bray says that she now plans to mail Townsend his belongings, and they may even get together to meet up in North Carolina when she visits there early next year.
I loved hearing the excitement in his voice.
Yeah.
Figuring all that out.
Because he probably thought it was gone forever.
They were beaming with excitement, and the moon is bright tonight. Hope you can enjoy that. A little frosty out there already. If your car's parked outside, you'll have to deal with that first thing in the morning. Temperatures in the teens from Logansport over to Marion, 23 in Frankfort. To the south, temperatures generally mid-20s, a couple degrees warmer in a few spots. Okay, morning drive, just some high clouds around 21 degrees. We'll jump into the 40s tomorrow afternoon. One big change from today, the wind will be stronger. Winds will gust over 20 miles per hour. That will help that south wind push these temperatures in the 40s. Still to come, we'll talk about your Friday forecast. Weekend rain and snow potential and some changes for next week.
Kevin, we'll see you soon. The Madison County coroner is asking for help in finding family members of a veteran who died last week. The coroner says 89-year-old George Green lived alone in his home on North C Street in Elwood. He was found dead in his home last Thursday after neighbors requested a welfare check. The coroner hopes someone can help find any living relatives. If you have information, you can contact the coroner's office. The number is on your screen at 765-425-9481. New at 11, police are investigating several vandalism reports in Bloomington. There are at least 4 cases spanning from 1:25 to 8:59 this morning. One man reported the back windshields of 2 of his cars smashed. In 2 cases, a red substance, possibly fake blood, was found on the front porch of homes. The substance was also found on the front of the Women's Care Center on College Avenue.
New tonight, a conversation about consent. State reps, different organizations, and community members took part in a panel discussion on the issue at the Julia Carson Government Center. Currently, sex without consent is not a crime in Indiana. It is only illegal if there is force, threat of force, or if the person is incapacitated. Now, those taking part in tonight's conversation want to define consent by passing a new law. The sponsor of the bill tells RTV6 this is something everyone should be able to agree on.
This issue transcends beyond political party. I mean, rape happens to people no matter what party they are or no party. And so it's really a human issue.
Representative Sue Arrington says defining consent under law will make many rape cases easier to prosecute.
New at 11, a request for $418 million in taxpayer money will go before voters in Washington Township.
All those in favor of the referendum tax levy resolution as presented by Ms. Herman, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries 5-0.
Tonight, the school district approved putting 2 referenda on the May ballot. One is for $16 million annually over 8 years for operating costs. The other is for $285 million for construction projects. There was mixed reaction to the vote.
Being a parent in this district for 9 years, this district uses what they have. They stay within the budget that they have, but that doesn't mean that we don't need more. The cost of education, what we receive from the state, the funding, has not kept up with inflation. So you can't keep doing more with less.
I cannot see any reason to have another $400 million referendum when we had 2 in 2016 that were $214.5 million. That's obscene.
Some of the objectives are the referenda are improving student safety, increasing pay for teachers and staff, and investing in school buildings and athletic facilities.
After sitting empty for more than 2 years, plans are underway for a former marsh in Fishers. Today, the city and the redevelopment company Strongbox Commercial announced an agreement to demolish the building at 96th Street and Lantern Road. Strongbox plans to invest $7 million to tear down the property and make way for new development. And today's announcement comes about a week after Aldi opened a new store in the former Marsh building on 82nd Street near Allisonville Road on the northeast side of Indianapolis. Tonight, stars of the racing world showed off how they roll.
Yeah, Don Schumacher Racing hosted its annual This Is How We Roll bowling event. Money raised benefits Riley Hospital for Children and Riley Children's Foundation. Drivers with NHRA, drag racing, and IndyCar bowled alongside Riley families.
When this event started in 2008, the lanes were only filled to about half, and now all of the lanes are full and we're completely sold out, and it's just very exciting to see all these people that want to help Riley Hospital.
We have actually bowling races. We can't race cars, but we race bowling balls, and it's a good deal of fun, and that's what makes it such a pleasure and an honor to come out here and do this.
And 100% of the proceeds benefit Riley Children's Foundation. Great to see there.
Coming up, a late night for lawmakers on Capitol Hill as they debate whether to impeach the president.
Fix it. Fix it. Change the windows. Put a warning. Do something. Kids are not supposed to die on cruise ships.
A northern Indiana family says they're suing a major cruise liner for the death of their one-year-old child to prevent similar tragedies in the future.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
I sit here broken, and we all sit here broken, but our family is strong, and we will stay strong together.
A northern Indiana man charged in the death of his granddaughter on a cruise ship is set to appear in court next week. Today, the family announced they're suing Royal Caribbean, blaming the company for the child's death. Salmonella was holding one-year-old Chloe Wiegland when she fell to her death from the window of the cruise ship over the summer. The Sumner family claims that the windows are unsafe and are not appropriately marked to indicate that some could slide open.
Immediately after it happened, questions were asked about why were these windows left open? Why is this like this? We should be celebrating with a present and birthday cake, but instead we're here talking about her death.
Chloe Wiegand would have turned 2 years old this Friday. Authorities in Puerto Rico have charged her grandfather with negligent homicide.
Lawmakers debated until about 10:30 tonight about the articles of impeachment against President Trump. ABC's Rachel Scott has the latest from Capitol Hill.
A fiery debate on Capitol Hill Wednesday night as a sharply divided Washington now braces for a full House vote on impeachment before Christmas.
The abuses, the obstruction of Congress have come from Congress.
If we don't hold the president accountable for it, we will set a catastrophic precedent.
Democrats charging the president abused his power and obstructed Congress. Lawmakers on the House Judiciary Committee working into the night, those two articles of impeachment up for debate.
What has our committee, this great committee, come to?
Republicans arguing it's all an effort to overturn the 2016 election.
The big lie that we're hearing perpetrated tonight is one, the end justifies the means. The lie is that the sham impeachment is okay because the threat is so real.
President Trump now likely the fourth president in American history to have articles of impeachment submitted against him, but the first to have it all unfold while campaigning for re-election.
This is the lightest impeachment in the history of our country by far.
But Democrats say this is not a case of partisan politics. After more than 2 months of investigations, Democrats say it's clear Trump committed high crimes and misdemeanors, and they aren't wasting time pushing forward.
If we do not respond to President Trump's abuses of power, the abuses will continue.
Lawmakers on both sides asking their colleagues across the aisle to resist political pressure.
Put aside your partisan politics and don't listen to what Pelosi, Schiff, and Nadler are telling you.
And if the House chooses to impeach the president, we are told Senate Republicans are now eyeing a possible trial of about 2 weeks. Rachel Scott, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
Vice President Mike Pence is set to visit Indianapolis on Friday for a roundtable with Governor Eric Holcomb. The location has not been announced. The vice president was in Indianapolis about 3 weeks ago for a forum on education. Christmas is 2 weeks away, but Mark here is already thinking about Christmas Eve.
Yeah, tonight I took part in what's become an annual tradition at Hamilton Southeastern Intermediate Junior High School.
It was the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
Had the opportunity and the honor of performing with the symphony and orchestra students at Hamilton Southeastern Junior High School. As I read, 'twas the night before Christmas. Mr. Ben Yoder's class doing this every year for parents and faculty, and it's always one of the favorite traditions at the school. And of course, the kids were amazing playing along with their instruments there.
And you've been back a couple of times,
Yeah,
too.
I believe this is my 7th year doing that there.
That's
so
awesome.
You feel some pressure, you can't mess up.
You can't. You got to get through it.
You don't have an
Yeah.
excuse.
It's
Very
all
cool.
a good night. We'll say that at the end of the
There you go.
Yeah.
From musical notes to a few meteorological notes here. As we jump into the weekend real quick, I just want to point out Saturday is our next best chance for rain at the beginning. May mix with snow as we get to Saturday night. Then on Sunday, noticeably colder for the second half of the weekend. Does not appear we'll have a lot of moisture to work with. You can generally see there a 1/10 of an inch or less as far as a rainfall. That's the way we see it right now. 1 o'clock in the afternoon Saturday, the green represents rain. We'll take this through the evening hours. You begin to see some snow mixing in. That's at 7 o'clock. That's the colder air catching the back edge of the moisture. That will push off to the east as we go through the overnight into Sunday morning. Tomorrow morning, temperatures in the teens to low 20s. It will be a cold start. Mixture of clouds and sunshine tomorrow will recover to 39 by noon. Afternoon, high temperature into the low 40s. The difference tomorrow, the wind. It will gust over 20 miles per hour, some mid-20s as expected there, but it's a warmer wind out of the south trying to boost those temperatures. Friday, the clouds will increase. We hold off on any rain. Temperatures Friday will be as warm as any day in the 7-day forecast, getting into the mid-40s. We don't get too carried away. That's only a few degrees above average for this time of year. Temperatures to the south just a little warmer, 47 in Bloomington, 46 in Terre Haute. Back to your weekend forecast. Again, second half of the weekend will be dry, but much colder than Saturday. I point out early next week, this system will have more moisture to work with. Which side of the storm system we're on, in other words, either the mild side or the cold side, will determine whether we have any accumulating snow potential. That's one to put a question mark on and continue to watch. Colder temperatures as we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. Looks like we'll be back into the teens by Wednesday morning. Big night at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Dave?
Sure was, Kevin. Thanks. And what didn't happen Monday night for the Blue and Gold did tonight. One of the top teams in the East, best in the Atlantic. Really good measuring stick here in December. And a lot of homecomings tonight. Former Purdue star Carson Edwards, he had 3 points tonight. Former IU star Romeo Langford did not play. And former Butler and Brownsburg star Gordon Hayward, he had 9 before he left the game with injury. But former, Kimber Walker, the former Charlotte Hornet, unbelievable. 44 tonight, season high. Pacers go on a 7-2 spurt, though, down the stretch. Malcolm Brogdon, he had 27 on his 29 on his 27th birthday. Get it right, Dave. Justin Holiday, the dagger, the 3 from the corner. He had 17 off the bench. Brother Aaron had 18. Good guys win, 122-117. That is a big dub against a very good team.
Tonight where I was getting calls and attacking hard. My teammates did a great job. Domas Miles screening for me. One of our problems all season long has been closing out these games against these elite teams, and tonight we were able to do that. So that'll definitely give us confidence down the stretch.
That is a big W. Meanwhile, we're only 2 weeks into the high school basketball season. It'll be hard, though, to beat this matchup the rest of the way. A little Hoosier hoop hysteria. Top-ranked Lawrence Central hosting third-ranked Lawrence North. LN here in the Dark Uties and taking it right to LC. It's Tony Perkins with the steal, the coast-to-coast flush. Here come the Wildcats. Look at the passing here. Perkins and DJ Hughes for the jam. And LN, they're feeling it. Hughes had 19. Third quarter, LC with the turnover. Shamar Avance, the alley-oop back to Perkins. Ellen wins it 83-73. Perkins, a game-high 30. Nigel Pack he led LC with 22. Quick reminder, Monday Night Football returns to RTV6. Colts and Saints next week. Coverage begins at 7:30. Super Bowl champ Ryan Dean will join us. Former Colt Matt Hasselbeck as well. A few surprises along the way. Monday night, right here on RTV6. Hey, finally tonight, first and foremost from the Colts complex,
Happy birthday to you.
Stop. No.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear QB1.
I don't know how fond he was of that, but a few of the players sing to Jacoby Brissett, who, just like Malcolm Brogdon, was celebrating his 27th birthday today. Would love a dub, though, on Monday night. No question about that. Said he was going to celebrate today by going to Waffle House.
All right, smothered and covered.
See? Waffle House, I'm thinking, it sounds pretty good right now. Right?
It's open always, right?
Always open.
We'll be right back. Coming up here, the votes are in. Find out if any furry faces that represent the Colts and Pacers can call themselves Hall of Famers.
Down, 0 deposit, 0 first month, and 0 due at signing.
Hiring Hoosiers continues its commitment to connecting Celadon workers to resources after the trucking company suddenly shut down. Today, the Department of Workforce Development announced its rapid response team is planning a virtual online meeting for employees impacted by the closure. Virtual job fairs will also be held starting next week. A local employment agency in Greenwood tells RTV6 several of them, former Celadon workers have reached out for assistance.
I would encourage all of the folks at Celadon to know that the marketplace right now, there are jobs available that are out there. They need to be patient, and they need to get some help with how to go figure all that out.
For more information on the upcoming meeting, job fairs, and other resources for Celadon employees, go to hiringhoosiers.com.
You still have time to take part in Women-Owned Wednesdays. It's a promotion started by Secret Deodorant, encouraging people to support women-owned businesses by shopping at those businesses on Wednesdays in December. 11.6 million businesses in the U.S. are owned by women. The Indy Chamber has a section of its website dedicated to helping the creation and growth of businesses owned and operated by women. And if you are interested in supporting women-owned businesses, check out the Indianapolis member directory of the National Association of Women Business Owners. You can find links to those resources in the career resources section of hiringhoosiers.com. We'll be right back.
Bye. Welcome to Delicious.
Well, the beloved Colts mascot will soon join the Hall of Fame. The prestigious Mascot Hall of Fame made the announcement tonight at the museum in Whiting. Blue is one of the 4 mascots who made the cut tonight, including one who could not attend the event. Blue will be joined by the Pacers' Boomer. Slick Leonard presented Boomer with a Hall of Fame medal at tonight's game at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The official induction ceremony is in June, and we couldn't be happier for both, right?
We have some pretty cool mascots.
That was from one Hall of Famer to another. Right
really?
There, from Slick to Boomer.
Yeah. Slick to Boomer.
Boom, baby. How about that? Very cool.
That is awesome. All right, temperatures tomorrow in the 40s, not quite to 50. We don't have 50 in the 7-day forecast, something we can dream about. Doesn't happen. Next chance of rain arrives Saturday.
All right, that's how we do it. Boom,
Boom,
Slick.
baby.
Wow. You okay?
Good night. Thanks for joining us.
All of a sudden, it's the 80s again. What happened there?
It could be.